have a chip. Now this is a chip, and this is P1.0. This is the pin for the chip. And then let's assume we have this kind of architecture, this kind of a design, It's like this, and now it's ground. So it's logical 0. Logical 0. Now let's assume a scenario. Okay, this P1.0 is logical 1. It will be forward bias or reverse bias? It will be forward bias or reverse bias?
Forward.
Forward bias. So when it is a forward bias, the LED will be on or off?
Off.
On. Because a potential is created. A potential difference is created. LED will be forward bias and LED will be on. Because logical 1. So logical 1 means it's, let's assume it is 5 volt. So a voltage difference will be created. Typically, the LEDs has a voltage difference of 0.7 volt. The remaining voltage difference will be across this resistance, and this voltage difference will be 4.3 volts. So 4.3 plus 0.7 is 5 volt. Okay? In this case, it's a forward bias. So now let's assume another scenario. Let's assume if it is logical 1, logical 0. So when it is logical 0, it's 0 and it's 0. A difference is, potential difference is created, or there is potential difference or no potential difference? ये बताएं.
Sir, no potential difference.
No potential difference, so it means it is reverse biased. LED will be on or off?
Off, sir.
LED will be off. This logic is called as active high logic. Active high logic. Okay, in this case, the chip will provide the current, or the current will be provided by the ground. Actually, the chip will provide the current. Chip will be the current. The flow of the current will be from the chip. So there will be more power dissipation. In the previous example that we did, when we have a VDD, so the current flow will be not from the chip. The current flow will be from VDD to the chip. समझ आई बात या नहीं आई बेटा?
Sir, the VDD, एक second. सर हमें कैसे पता लगेगा कि हमने अब एक्टिव लो लॉजिक यूज करना है या एक्टिव हाई लॉजिक यूज करना है?
It depends on you. It depends on the external design. So based on the, so if you look at this examples, so actually it's 19 nodes. So actually if you look at the first example, if this is the design, outside design, so in this case you will use active low logic. In this example, you will use active low logic, and for the second example, you will use active high logic. So it depends on your circuit design. So if a circuit is already given to you, and based on the circuit design, you have to change your program accordingly. Understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we proceed further, and now it's a new topic. So actually, in this example, we will study multiply instruction. So multiply.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
सर ये जो JSR आपने पढ़ा है ये ब्रांच में आता है?
Yes, is a branch instruction. Yes.
सर ये कंडीशनल है या अनकंडीशनल में आएगा?
It's conditional. In your variable with a particular value, and if that value matches, so you are jumping or not. Did you get my point or not? In any kind of condition instruction, actually you are comparing two values. Whenever you are comparing two values, so this falls within the range of conditional branch instruction. Now, if let's assume if I'm writing if x is greater than 5, so what you are comparing now? What are you comparing?
Sir, repeat करें जरा.
Let's assume if you have an if statement, and if within x statement you write x if x is greater than 5, what you are comparing?
X को compare कर रहे हैं 5 के साथ.
So you are comparing x with 5. Okay, so if you're comparing x with 5, so within the assembly instruction, you will do something like this: compare R3 hash 5, because for 5 you will use immediate addressing mode.
जी सर,
Understood?
जी सर.
So whenever you are using a case statement or switch statement, in case of switch statement, what you are comparing a variable with different values. Let's assume you are saying case x, and you say 5, and then 9, and then 13. So there are 3 instances. First you are comparing x with 5, then you are comparing x with 9, and then you are comparing x with 13. Understood or not?
जी सर.
So this implies that, is it an example of conditional instruction or unconditional instruction?
Sir, conditional.
Conditional instruction. Very good. Okay. So now we will study multiply instruction now. So multiply instruction.
एक और चीज
So, जी बताएं बेटे.
सर, ये जो पीसी और आईआर का आपने बताया, ये पूरे होल प्रोग्राम में यूज होता है या सिर्फ सब रूटीन में यूज होता है?
This PC, the PC is actually a pointer to the current instruction that needs to be executed. So the program counter is pointing to the current instruction that needs to be executed by the microprocessor. Okay, and the instruction register contains the instruction to be executed. Okay. So I will give this with an example. Okay, now let's assume a scenario. So I will explain this with an example. Let's assume a scenario. You have a memory. In this memory, you are storing some instructions. Instruction 1, instruction 2. So the program counter is first pointing to the first instruction. Let's assume this instruction is an add instruction. When this instruction executes, so then the program counter will point to the next instruction. Let's assume this is subtract. Now let's assume you have instruction 3. Let's assume this instruction is multiply. So after that, the program counter will point to the next instruction. Now let's assume this fourth instruction is a jump instruction. Jump label. So it means you're jumping to a far label. Let's assume that the address of this label is here. So let's assume label is here. So which instruction will be executed next? ये बताएं बेटा.
सर, लेबल वाली.
Instruction K. Let's assume this is instruction. So the next instruction will be this instruction. So the program pointer is pointing to the instruction that has to be executed next. समझ आई बेटा या नहीं आई समझ?
जी सर.
Now let's assume I will explain this with an example. Let's assume there is a queue. And this queue consists of 6 guys. They are standing in a queue. So this is a queue. Okay, and actually this is a counter here. At the counter, one guy is serving each individual guy. So when this guy is being serviced, and the next turn is for this guy, and the next turn is for this guy. Maybe when after serving this third guy, he may jump to this guy. Okay, and then I will serve you. And actually now then there is a jump from here to here. समझ आई बेटा या नहीं आई?
जी सर.
So now let's assume that I'm a guy and I'm taking a ticket from this guy, and from this guy, and then I bypass these 2 guys and then I jump to this guy. So what I'm the program counter. And typically the program counter execute the instruction in a sequential manner. But when there is a jump, so it change the flow of the program. So it jump to a later instruction in memory. बेटा समझ आ गई बेटा या नहीं आई समझ?
जी सर.
Very good. Okay. Now we will study multiply instruction.
सर, एक और चीज पूछनी है.
जी बेटा बताएं.
सर, ये जो अभी आपने, सर इसमें जब हम जंप इंस्ट्रक्शन यूज करें तो इसमें हमारा एसएस मोड कौन सा होगा?
क्या समझ नहीं आया बेटा, जो
सर,
दोबारा एक्सप्लेन करो।
जो हमने असेस मोड पढ़े हैं ना, रैंडम असेस, सीक्वेंशियल असेस, वो इन पे यूज होती है।
एक्चुअली मेमोरी इज अ रैंडम एक्सेस मोड। ये जो मेमोरी है इट इज रैंडम, द एक्सेस टाइम इज कांस्टेंट।
ठीक है
समझ आई
सर,
बेटा या नहीं?
मतलब जब जंप इंस्ट्रक्शन यूज करेंगे तो वो रैंडम असेस होगा टाइम।
वो access is random, access is random and actually it's not sequential, it's not sequential, so the
सर
access time is
सीक्वेंशियल,
cost.
सर क्योंकि हम तो वन बाय वन मतलब पीसी काउंटर के हिसाब से एक बाय एक नेक्स्ट स्टेप पे जा रहे हैं ना।
जी बेटा, लेकिन ये है कि जो access latency, the access latency of each instruction will be almost nearly same. ठीक है बेटा?
जी सर।
This we will study when we will study the memory system design. वहां पे हम ये पढ़ेंगे कि क्यों, why it is constant. ठीक है बेटा? We will study this in memory system design. ठीक है? So now we study multiply instruction. Okay, so now it's a question that if we add two different numbers, so let's assume if we add, so I'm writing this, so if we add two n-bit numbers, so what will be the size of the destination? So if we add two n-bit numbers, so what is the size of the result? What should be the maximum size of the result? जी बताएं. Any question? Any answer? जी. If we add two n-bit numbers.
N bits.
n bits.
N bits.
No, n plus 1. Why? What should be the size of the result? What should be the size of the result avoiding overflow? It is n plus 1. I will use this with an example. Now let's assume if we add two 4-bit numbers. So what is n here now? What is n here? Okay, what is the maximum value in a 4-bit number? What is the maximum value in a 4-bit number? 15. Maximum value in the 4-bit number is 15. So let's assume if we add maximum number 15 is the maximum value, and plus 15, what is the result now? 30. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if we add two n-bit numbers, 15 plus, now I have given an example. So if we add two 4-bit numbers, so the maximum, can we store 30 in 4-bit number? Answer is yes or no?
No, sir. Overflow.
Okay. How many bits are required?
6 bits.
Oh.
5 bits.
5 bits. And 5 bits is actually what? N plus 1. Did you get my point or not? Did you get my point or not?
Sir, repeat कर दें.
So simple, right? Okay. If we add two n-bit numbers, we will consider the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is this: that what is the maximum value of a number in a 4-bit number? G, what is the maximum value? 15. Am I right or not? ये समझ आ गई या नहीं समझ आई?
Yes, sir.
if we add two n bit numbers, so what is the worst case? So the worst case is 15. Worst case is 15. So these two represent the worst case. The worst case, the maximum value. Worst case, I will call it as the maximum value. So it's the worst case and the maximum value. So when you reach the maximum value, so the result is now 30. So can we store 30 in a 4-bit? No, you cannot store 30 in a 4-bit. At least 5 bits are required to store 30. If you look at the representation of 30 in binary, so the representation of 30 in binary is something like this: 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. How many bits are there? 5 bits. And if you use 4 bits for this, if you use 4 bits here, and if you use 4 bits, if we use 4 bits, so actually this is equal to 14, not 30. So at least you need 5 bits to represent 30. अब समझ आ गई बेटा या नहीं है समझ आई?
Yes, sir.
सर
जी बेटा.
सर जो आपने स्टेटस रजिस्टर के वो हमें बताए थे ना कि फ्लैग्स वी फ्लैग जब हमें ऑन होता है मतलब कि हाई होता है तो उसमें से आपने कहा था कि एमएसएफ जब 1 होगा तो मतलब कि वो ओवरफ्लो वाले
this actually this
सर
will
उससे
go
रिलेट करवा
this,
दें.
okay, so this will go to which flag in carry flag? आपकी बात है उसके साथ रिलेट कर देता हूँ. This one will go to which flag? ये बताएं.
सर कैरी फ्लैग में हो जाएगा ना.
Yes, this will go to the carry flag. So actually the result is C flag plus 16-bit number. Am I right or not?
राइट सर.
So it's like it's so simple like. Okay. Acha, now this is an example that when we want to add 2-bit numbers. Now take another example. Let's say now we want to multiply. If we change the operation, now if we say that if we want to multiply it.
Excuse me, sir.
So now another question. जी question बताएं बेटा बताएं.
सर ये अगर हम सी फ्लैग को 16 बिट नंबर के साथ ऐड करेंगे तुम्हारा रिजल्ट चेंज नहीं होगा?
No. Now in this example I took 4 bits. But let's say चलो यहाँ पे 4 bit कर ले. चलो 4 bit कर ले. अब समझ आई चलो अब ठीक है.
अभी आपने जो ऊपर लिखा हुआ है ना 4 बिट तो नंबर है 111110 है. इसके अंदर हम कैरी ऐड करेंगे तुम्हारा रिजल्ट चेंज नहीं हो जाएगा?
कैरी ऐड नहीं कर रहा है. दिस एक्चुअली टोटल बिट्स इज 15 bits. Sorry 5 bits. 4 bit will go into the data register and 1 bit will go into the carry register. अब समझ आई बात या नहीं आई?
वो बैकएंड से सिर्फ खुद ही कर लेगा ना उसको उसकी वैल्यू को
खुद मैनेज कर लेगा ना खुद मैनेज कर
ओके सर.
ठीक है. अच्छा यहाँ पे आप चेक कर लें. नाउ लेट्स अज्यूम another question. Is another question. Okay. So if we add two, sorry, not add because we did it. If we multiply two n-bit numbers, how many bits are required to represent the maximum value? G. So if you multiply two n-bit numbers, how many bits are required to represent the maximum value? Any thoughts?
सर n स्क्वायर हो जाएगा n स्क्वायर प्लस 1.
Why n square plus 1? Take an example of the same example. Take the same example. So now let's assume we take the same example. So if we add for 4 bits, so for 4 bits, the maximum value is 15. And if we multiply 15 multiplied by 15, 15 multiplied by 15, 25. Multiply 15 with 15, the result is 225. And how many bits are required to store 255? How many bits are required to store 255? जी बताएं बेटा. 225.
4.
Why 4? to represent for 4 bit the maximum value is 15. Now we want to store 225.
8 sir.
8, yeah, very good. 8 bits. Why 8 bits?
फिर उसका मतलब कि रेंज होती है 225
Range will be
255
from,
तक.
the range will be from 0 to 255. So it actually it falls. So it means that 8 bits because 225 lies within the range of 0. Okay, so generally speaking, if it multiply to n bit number, so the result will be 2 n bits. So what if it in this example, what is n? 2 n bits. And what is n here in this example?
4.
4.
कितने bits चाहिए आपको?
8 पे.
So generally speaking, if we multiply to n bit number, the same is true if n is equal to if n is equal to. So now let's assume a scenario that if n is equal to 8, n is equal to 8, so it means the maximum value is now maximum value is 255. So if maximum value is 255 for n is equal to 8, so we multiply 255 multiply by 255. So the result is 65,025. And actually 65,025 can be represented with 16-bit number. Am I right or not? First, for 16-bit
Right,
number, 16-bit number range is from 0 to 65,535. Am I right or not? Am I right?
Right sir.
Okay, so now coming to the actual question. So if we multiply two, okay, so now if you multiply two registers, so now this is a multiply instruction, so this is a multiply instruction, and this R2 and R1 are the source 1. This is source 1. Source 1. R2 is source 2. What is R3?
Destination.
Destination. Now, if you look at this source 1, what is the size of source 1? ये बताएं, what is the size of source 1? If you remember, what is the size of source 2?
16.
16 bits. Now as a question, if we multiply a 16-bit number with a 16-bit number, how many bits are required to store the value, to store the maximum value?
32.
32 bits. But destination is 32 bits or 16 bits?
16 bits.
Can it fit into that?
No, sir.
No. So what's the, so if you use multiply instructions, so in order to keep the data within limits, what do you do? That you take the least significant 8 bits of R1, you take the least significant bits of R2. So this 62, you take 62, the least significant bit, and the least significant bit of 1A, you multiply them, and the result is now 0F94. So the new value will be 09F4. समझ आई बेटा या नहीं आई? Any question? Any question?
सर लेकिन ये जो हमने जो मल्टीप्लाई करा सर, वो आंसर तो वो नहीं होगा ना जो हमने उसको 60 बिट्स में श्रिंक करके किया है.
Actually, we are only considering the least significant 8 bits. We are not considering the most significant bits. We are ignoring these 2 bits. We are ignoring these 2 bits. So these 2 bits does not does not used for मल्टीप्लिकेशन। समझ आई बेटे या नहीं आई समझ?
सर ये हम इग्नोर क्यों कर रहे हैं इनको?
देखिए, इट इज डिफाइंड बाय आर्किटेक्चर। आर्किटेक्चर ये कह रहा है कि ये इसको इस तरह से करना है। नहीं समझे आप बेटा?
लेकिन सर आंसर तो वो नहीं होगा ना जिस तरह अगर हम मल्टीप्लाई करना चाह रहे हैं, ये आंसर वही
नहीं,
होगा।
एक्चुअली यू आर नॉट टेकिंग द होल ऑपरेंड, यू आर टेकिंग अ पोर्शन ऑफ दैट ऑपरेंड। नहीं समझे बेटा?
यस सर।
अच्छा मुझे बताएं कि इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम, आप इस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? चलिए आप मुझे बताएं, यू आर एन आर्किटेक्ट, आप इस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। मतलब ये ठीक है, आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा, आप इस प्रॉब्लम को कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे? चलिए बताएं।
सर मेमोरी को एक्सटेंड कर दूंगा 16 बिट की बजाय
32 बिट करें। जब 32 बिट करें फिर आप 32 और 32 मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो रिजल्ट कैसे 32 में फिट करेंगे?
यस
नहीं
सर।
समझे बेटा? आप नहीं समझ रहे बात?
नहीं समझ गया सर।
समझ गए ना? इस प्रॉब्लम
Yes.
को दूसरी तरीके से कैसे हैंडल कर सकते हैं?
सर पहले अगर हमने लीस्ट सिग्निफिकेंट बिट्स 2 को मल्टीप्लाई के बाद में हम मोस्ट वालों को करवा के उनको ऐड कर दें।
No, उसको ना, is not, the result will not be correct. If you do this, the result will not be correct. There can be another solution. आप सोचिए solution कैसे हो सकता है? Let's assume you are an architect.
किसी टेम्परेरी में उसे स्टोर करवा लें पहले, फिर बाद में, ऐसे हो सकता है?
नहीं, कुछ और भी हो सकता है। जरा सोच लें कैसे हो सकता है। Now, so in this example, now let's assume we have the same example. If we want to multiply two 16-bit numbers, okay? So the result will be 32-bit. Am I right or not? Do you agree with this or not?
एग्री सर।
Agree. Okay. Now, if you agree with this point, so how can we store 32-bit number? जी बताएं, how we can store 32-bit number? Think. Now, can I write it like this? Multiply R3, R4, did you understand this or not? Did you got this point or not?
जी सर,
मतलब
दो
दो
रजिस्टर
रजिस्टर
यूज
यूज
कर
कर लें।
Yes, you are using two registers. Now in this, the point is that how does architecture define this? It's important that which instructions are supported by architecture. So in this architecture, what we will do, so if we multiply, so it means that in this particular scenario, you have a 16-bit value. Then in second architecture, you have 16-bit value. You multiply these two, the result is 32 bits. You cannot store this in a single register. So what you can do, so you can store the value where R3 will store the most significant 16 bits, and R4 can be used to store the least significant.
सर ये इलीगल नहीं है
Why it is
दो
illegal?
रजिस्टर को सर डेस्टिनेशन में यूज करना?
How do you define it? Why it is legal? Why it is illegal? आप कैसे
सर
कह
क्योंकि
सकते हैं?
डेस्टिनेशन में तो हमने पढ़ा है कि एक ही रजिस्टर होगा ना, जिस तरह हमने
You
पीछे
can do
प्रॉब्लम।
architecture can do it like this. How does it stores the data? It depends on the architecture. How does he manages the data?
ओके सर।
It can be combined then. अब आप ये देखिए, now let's assume a scenario. अब आपके पास ट्रेन की एक बोगी है, ठीक है? One bogie can accommodate 100 passenger. Now if you have 150 passenger, what will you do? I'm
सर
asking a
दूसरी
question.
बोगी
दूसरी बोगी ले अबे इज इट इलीगल टू हैव 2 बोगी रेल?
और सर वो तो सर एक दूसरी प्रॉब्लम है ना, मैं आर्किटेक्चर की बात कर रहा हूँ कि हमने
Architecture,
पीछे
even in an architecture, even within architecture, how do you manage the architecture? How do you define a system?
ओके
It's
सर
up to you that how do you change the architecture according. Okay, now in some architecture, maybe this instruction is not supported. Maybe in some architecture this instruction is supported. Maybe in some architecture the other one is supported. So it depends on. So now let's assume this is architecture 2. Now let's assume this is architecture 2. And now this is architecture 1. So maybe architecture 1 supported this form of multiply instruction. Maybe architecture 2 is supporting other form of instruction. And maybe there is an architecture which is supporting both of them. नहीं समझे बेटा?
यस सर
It depends on the architecture. How does architecture? So actually, when you will study an architecture, you have to see which instructions are available in an architecture. यहाँ पे भी इस तरह से कुछ आर्किटेक्चर ऐसे हैं जो इंटीजर आर्किटेक्चर है. It does not even support multiply instruction. नहीं समझे बेटा? समझ आ रही है या नहीं आ रही समझ?
यस सर
ठीक है. अब लेट्स अज्यूम आपके पास गाड़ी है. कुछ गाड़ियों के ऊपर छत होती है. छत आपने देखी होगी, वो जंगली वाली छत होती है. ठीक है. तो छत
Yes,
किस
sir.
गाड़ियों में होती है? छत किस गाड़ियों में होती है? बसों में होती है ना.
जीप टाइप सर जो होती है.
अब पुरानी जीप टाइप में होती है. अब पुरानी मेहरान गाड़ियां या उस पुरानी गाड़ियों में होती थी, एफएक्स टाइप की गाड़ियों में. आजकल की गाड़ियों में छत होती है?
नो सर.
नहीं होती. So it depends on the architecture. It depends on the system. It depends on the system. Some architecture is supporting only integer instructions and integer addition and integer addition and subtraction. It does not support multiply and divide instruction. Some architecture support a limited version of, in architecture 1 support a limited version of multiplication. Limited, not. It means that it supports a 16-bit addition and subtraction, and it supports an 8-bit multiplication. So this architecture 1 is supporting an 8-bit multiplication or 16-bit multiplication. I'm asking you a question.
आर्किटेक्चर 1 सर ये तो 8 बिट के लिए है.
8 bits. So architecture 1 is supporting, it means that architecture 1 is supporting an 8-bit multiplication. Now if we look at architecture 2, this architecture is supporting 16-bit multiplication or 8-bit multiplication? 16-bit multiplication. And maybe there is an architecture it does not support multiply instruction at all. Got my point?
Okay sir.
Okay. Now let's assume we have an architecture 1. Now let's assume we have an architecture 1. Okay. And now we write this instruction. Multiply R5 R1 and then this. It is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? On the right hand side, this is source 2. Source 2. Which addressing mode are you using for source 2?
Immediate.
सर इमीडिएट
Immediate.
So it's in immediate addressing mode. How many bits are used? Beta?
4 सर
4 है तो एग्जाम.
How many bits?
सर 4 4 4 12 नहीं होंगे?
12 bits. Yes.
12.
Bits. But architecture supports a 12-bit operation multiplication or 8-bit multiplication.
सर 8 bits.
8 bit. So it means it is error. समझ आई बेटा?
रिपीट कर दें.
Actually, if you look at this instruction, so in source 2 we are using an immediate operand. Am I right or not?
Yes sir.
So if you look at this 361 12 bits are used. So the coding for 3 is 0011 The coding for 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0. And the coding for 1 is 0, 0, 0, 1. How many bits are used?
3.
It's 3 bits?
It's sir 12, sir.
12 bits.
Yes, sir.
These are 12 bits. Okay, now you're using, say, these are 12 bits, but 3 hexadecimal digits. Nahi samjhe beta?
Yes, sir.
Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So you're using 3 hexadecimal digits, and these 3 hexadecimal digits are equivalent to 12 bits. So actually, this should be allowed or not allowed?
Sir, not allowed.
Why not allowed?
क्योंकि वो सर एक्सीड कर रहा है सर उसकी लिमिट से.
So actually, okay, now if we use this instruction in architecture 2, will it give you an error?
No, sir.
For architecture 2, because architecture 2 perform a 16-bit multiplication, and architecture 1 is capable to do an 8-bit multiplication. So actually, it will give an error in architecture 1, but it will not give an error in architecture 2. Agreed? Agreed or not?
Agree, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's assume we have another instruction, this third instruction. We multiply R8, R8 is destination, R2 is source 1. Source 1, and this is source 2. So what is the contents of R2? R2 1A. So now this is 1A, the least significant. So this is the least significant eight bits 1A. So if you look at 1A, so this is 1A, 1A is actually here. You are multiplying it with F6. F6 is an immediate value because it is 8-bit number. So F6, the result is 188FC. So let's assume the initial contents of R0 is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It will be overwritten with 188FC. Okay, got it? Or not?
Got it, sir.
Okay, now let's take another example. So now A0, so this is A0. A0 is pointing to this value. Multiply A0, R3, R3. In R3, if you look at R3 above, so the least significant is 91. So 91 is R3. So you multiply 91. This is the least significant of R3. And you multiply is 26. The new contents is 1586. Let's assume the old contents is 1111. It will be overwritten with the new content that is 1586. Which addressing mode is this? On the left hand side, which addressing mode is this?
Indirect.
Sir, indirect.
Register.
Indirect.
Indirect. Operand lies. Where operand lies?
Memory.
Sir, memory.
Very good. Yes, operand lies in memory. So now we have now this multiply R6, R4, and R5. R4, this least significant 2 bits, and these are multiplied, and then you can do this thing. So this is for multiply, and then you can do it. And actually, it's also very important. It's also very important. So now it's also important to understand it. If you multiply two positive number, the result will be positive or negative?
Positive.
If you multiply one positive and negative, then
Negative.
negative positive,
Positive.
negative negative,
Positive.
positive. Okay, so now it's actually these are the 4 different scenarios, and you already know this scenario. So whenever, if you look at the least significant, then 8b is a negative number. Now 8b is a negative. Why 8b is a negative number? So if you have a binary encoding of this, so it is equal to 1 0 0 0 is the coding for 8. And for B, what is the coding? 1 0 1 1. It is B. So actually, this is number is negative. This is negative. So 8b is negative. 1a, the coding for 1a, the coding for 1a is, if you look at the coding for 1a, so this is 0 0 0 1 and 1 0, sorry, 0 0 0 1 and 1 0 1 0. So this is actually 0 and this is a. So this is positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So actually, when you multiply to positive number, so you will take, actually, whenever you perform any kind of operation, whether it is subtraction or something like that, so whenever you have a negative number, so what you will do, you will first take a 2's complement of the number. For a negative number, you will first take a 2's complement. 2's complement. You multiply this operation. When the result is that, then you take a 2's complement of the result. Actually, so now let's assume if it is positive and positive, should we take 2's complement in the first example or not?
No.
No, sir. And for the second example, we will take a 2's complement of this operation. नहीं समझे बेटा? Let's assume this is source 1, source 1. This is source 2. And now this is destination. So in the first example, we will do a normal operation. In the second example, what will we do? Take a 2's complement of what? Source 1 or source 2? And destination. What about the third? Take 2's complement of what? Source 1 and destination. In this case, we only take 2's complement of what?
सर वो आंसर पे डिपेंड नहीं करेगा कि डेस्टिनेशन का कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेना है नहीं लेना, कि अगर नेगेटिव नंबर बड़ा हो और
it also depends. It all depends on the destination. So if you multiply negative numbers, so actually you have to do this. अच्छा, यहाँ आपकी एग्जांपल है, आप डिफरेंट एग्जांपल ले लें 8 बिट नंबर्स की और उसको कर ले और फिर उसको मुझे बता दे कि क्या है. सो एक्चुअली दिस इज योर होमवर्क नाउ. ठीक है, कुछ काम खुद भी कर लिया करें ना. I have given this example. Please go through these examples, and if there is any discrepancies, let me know. ठीक है बेटा?
सर ये पेज पे कौन से है नोट्स के?
19, 18, 19. So this is your homework and do it on your own. ठीक है बेटा? आपको खुद समझ आ जाएगी. देखिए, when you will try on your own, you assume different scenarios. And based on that scenarios, you say, okay, what it makes sense or not. ठीक है बेटा? Any question? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Now we study divide instruction. We study divide instruction. So if we want to have a divide instruction, so we have two operands. One is dividend, one is divisor. So if we say C is equal to, let's assume if we say C is equal to A divided by B. So this is an operation. What is A? What is A called?
Dividend.
Dividend. B is called
Divisor.
Divisor. It's so simple. So the maximum quotient to be minimum. Quotient will be, now in this example, quotient will be 8-bit. The divisor will be 8-bit. The quotient will be 8-bit. The divisor will be 8-bit. Okay. So now if we divide any kind of operation, we have two results. So the C will contain two portions. C will contain two portions. One is quotient and another is remainder. So now let's assume, I will give this with an example. Now let's assume this with an example. Let's assume if I divide 14 with 4, 3, 12 and 2. Okay. So 14. What is 14 now in this example?
So dividend.
A. Okay. What is 4?
D. Divisor.
E. Now we have two portion quotient. So I represent this quotient with Q and remainder with R. So what is 3? Quotient. And what is R?
2.
So actually what we do, so this Q and R, this Q and R will be stored in C. C is any variable. It can be registered. It can be any addressing mode. It will be stored in C. Okay. So now, and it will it will only quotient will be okay. So actually, if you look at this example, divide R10, R7, R8. Okay. So now this R7 is now A. This R8 is actually B. So if you divide 9 divided by 5, 9 divided by 5. So now in this case, this is 1 is your quotient. And what is 4? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are different examples, and you can study this. You can study this on with different things. So actually, if we have an architecture, so now our architecture. Now I'm assuming my architecture. So my architecture, what does my architecture? It performs the division operation. It performs the division operation. The quotient portion of date, operation is stored in the most significant byte, and the remainder is stored in the least significant byte. समझ आ गई बेटा या नहीं? So now if you look at this R3, so R3 is now in this example is a destination. So this R3 is destination. So any destination, so in destination, actually destination is 16 bits. We can divide this destination. We have a destination which is 16 bit. It is divided into two portions. Most significant byte and least significant byte. The most significant byte can be used to store quotient or remainder. Quotient. And the least significant byte is used to store what? Remainder. So this architecture also supports our divide instruction. So any question? Any question regarding today's lecture?
Sir, if 16-bit destination is not available.